This is very interesting. So capital gains tax was something that you wanted to talk about. New Zealand, Aotearoa, is one of the few Western countries without a full capital gains tax. My question is, do we need one? United Futures, Damian Light.
No, we don't need one.
Why not? The OECD for the last 20 years has said we do need one.
Yeah, well, they're wrong. So it hasn't... Look, if you want to use it to raise revenue as an income, yeah, sure, let's do it. But the problem is that parties keep using it as a solution to the housing crisis, and it's not a solution to the housing crisis.
How so?
Because all it does, you don't realise the revenue until you sell. So all it does is discourage people from selling. You just don't sell. You don't get hit by the capital gains tax.
All right.
And that's all it does.
Do you agree with Damian?
No, it's a toolkit. We know that there's not a silver bullet for this housing crisis. We do need more state houses. We do need more affordable houses. But we also do need a capital gains tax. The IMF and the OECD are not radical organisations. They've been telling us for years that this is a massive contributor to our housing crisis. It's disincentivising people investing in our economy. It's slowing down our economy. And it's driving up house prices.
Is it?
What other kind of income isn't taxed?
But yes, it is. But it is. It is taxed. If you sell a house for profit, you have to pay. It is considered income. You have to pay tax on it. To not do so is illegal. That is against the law. It's tax evasion. And the IRT will go after it.
All right, Greg O'Connor.
It is. It's a fact.
Greg O'Connor, you guys are flip-flop on this too. Under a Labor government, are we going to get a capital gains tax or not?
Just remember what we're talking about here. You said it yourself. We've got some of the most unaffordable housing in the world. So what do? It isn't about a capital gains tax. It's about actually clearing the housing problem. And if a capital gains tax is a way to cure our unaffordable housing problem, then the answer will be yes.
Okay.
So that is why you have a look at, but be very wary of the yin and yang, because the old law of unintended consequences, if you change the rule here without understanding fully the implications over here, and that's why you make sure, before you get bullied into giving an answer like you're trying to do now,
No.
we just make sure we understand.
No, Greg.
Make sure we understand the full implications.
If I vote, I want certainty. I want certainty from you guys.
What you want is you want your housing costs to go down. If capital gains tax is a way of achieving it, then let's do it.
I'm a small-time investor. I've got a rental. I want to know. All right, Brett Hudson.
Well, here's a useful fact for Greg then. Nowhere in the world where a capital gains tax has been applied to housing has it made housing more affordable.
Exactly. But we have
and that is simply the reality. And that is simply the reality. I'll tell you what, the other thing, because Labor actually announced detail of their CGT in 2011 rejected, 2014 rejected. Do you know what they do? They tax all investments the same. Shares, KiwiSaver, they don't create an incentive to do those instead of housing.
Let me turn around. Around the panel, I mean, Barack Obama said why he wanted to bring in a capital gains tax, because it was society's fairness. It was a sense of fairness, redistribution. Do you agree with that?
So he ignored the advice that told him that it wouldn't actually do anything about housing affordability.
No, but it's about fairness.
The question is, why would you do it? I think why they want to do it is simply as a source of revenue to feed their spending plans. They should be honest. Be honest with New Zealand. That's what they want.
Come on.
The most...
all right.
The most unaffordable housing in the world. So therefore, we've got to do something about it.
CGT won't do anything about it.
These guys are doing nothing about it. They were told. English was told.
Final response from you, Damian.
Like I say, it's a toolkit. We've got to use everything at our disposal. It is a crisis. We need to tax capital fairly. That's the end of the story. And we need to use that money to build more state houses.
Do you own your own home?
No. After 12 years of being a lawyer in this country, Auckland housing is unaffordable.
Do you own your own home?
Unaffordable housing.
Do you own your own home?
Yes.
You?
Yes.
All right, let's...
It's an age. It's a generational.
How many?
It's a generational.
How many?
One, and it cost me $30,000 about 30 years ago.
And it wasn't a capital gains tax that helped you do it, Greg.
How about that? All right, let's go to Charlotte.
I'm keen to know Top's point of view, actually. Jessica Hammond-Dobe, you just did a social media clip about this today, didn't you? Capital gains tax.
It's going great guns. Actually, they're right. Capital gains tax doesn't work. What works is a comprehensive asset tax. Now, for 20 years, the National and Labor governments have been told that they need to have a comprehensive asset tax. At the moment, asset holders, the wealthiest of New Zealand, are ripping off working people to the tune of $11 billion a year. So we need to close that tax loophole and give all that money back in tax cuts to ordinary working people.
Thank you. Interesting. Should we find out what the Māori Party think about this?
Might as well, eh? Might as well. Hang on, Brett.
She's talking about hard-working Kiwis that work hard to buy a house for their families. Yeah. She's saying they're ripping off New Zealanders. I think it's 100% wrong.
We're not taxing the family home.
She
We're not
will.
talking...
Top wood. They tax all of them.
Family home. Oh, God, no.
They work hard to buy a house to raise their family. Top wants to tax them a bit of it each year, and it'll keep doing it when they've retired, no longer working. I mean, No, Jeff. What I said was their policy would apply a CGT to those assets. Therefore, it wouldn't create an incentive to do one over the other. I'm surprised you don't get that.
This is like a politics show in the Wild West in the 1800s. And let me wrest control of it. Let me wrest control. Charlotte.
May, I'm keen to know the Māori Party's thoughts on capital gains tax.
Well, actually, our thought is that there aren't enough houses for those who really need them. The people at the low end of the income, the people like Māori who don't have homes, who are sleeping in their cars at the moment, that's the type of housing we should be focused on, and it is called social housing. Safe, warm, affordable housing. I mean, I find this whole talk about, taxing. In fact, I agree with Top in a way. We should be taxing the top of our income earners and taking that money and pouring it into those who don't have homes. That's where our focus should be. So kia ora, Top.
Oh, kia ora. Kia ora, hey.
All right, go to some audiences about the capital gains tax. What do they think about it?
Well, actually, we've got the People's Party want to have a word.
What I like to do is build more housing for the affordable people, for the lower end, like they're doing in Singapore. That's a model we should be doing. So we can build more houses for the people who cannot afford and sell them at a low interest and a low deposit. So people should own the houses.
Interesting. Yeah.
Good
cool
on you.
idea.
Very, very good. Yep.
Sir, what do you think? Capital gains tax, yes or no?
Well, I just think that it's unfair to tax income, say, from interest or lots of other sources, but not tax capital gains. And let's face it, most farmers are in it for the capital gain, not for the income from making milk. So that's my thoughts on the matter.
Okay.
Supporting local content so you can see more of New Zealand on air.